Hey, how y'all doing? Good evening. So who won in the soccer game? Um, mm, so when question is, you still got to take some time out to cut some heads off some snakes. Cause they thought that they were smart. They're smart. Sometimes you gotta watch family too. Family be trying to be the slickest. You don't be on nothing. So I'm gonna tell you about telecommunication and wireless and things, right? So it was a time before phones became, right? You can be able to just talk, you know. And when you talk, there was no doubt in your mind or the other person's mind that you was talking to is who you was talking to. Like sometimes you see people, they talking to God. Well, before social media, that's how people used to talk, just like I'm talking to you now. But instead, we have defied ourselves to this little hole in this computer chip that we hold in. So I'm gonna tell you about communication and wireless and it became originals to the mind state. You know, so there was no such thing as a mobile phone. All cable used to be in the ground. Therefore, there's communication. Therefore, it takes skills to put communication in the ground. They say wires. Just wires to transmute, transfer, transmit. Like some of y'all got transmitted diseases out there. Transmit, it carries on from one to the other. Electrical shock, I rub my feet, I shock you. So let's continue this, right? So when people pretend to be smart, they got to be having skills, all right? So when you have skills, you got to have moralized in skills to understand that your mind is filled with too much, which is like money. So when you think about money, you think about everything because it's the root of all evil. So pertaining to what world? Communication. So in other words, you got to have skills. So there was a time when communication was in the ground. And so what some really body, somebody, they decided to take the communication out the ground and put it up. Then they say, well, we're going to have a world that look like Tijuana. A lot of wires running everywhere. So what can we do? So then you had another genius standing up and say, well, we can have infused light, not seen by the naked eye, of course, anymore. It's the same thing as transmuting the signal through wire, but instead we'll just do it through air because air has electrical lights, particles in the air that we breathe every day. It's like little lightning bolts all around us, but the naked eye can't see it, right? So therefore, that's how your communication skills get to travel without any wires. So therefore, everybody remembers when you hear things, you understand things, and then people pretend to want to be, and then they use their skills not to be. You know what I'm saying? So friends and family, those be the worst ones because they don't know that, like, you can hear them. They should be quiet. And you can see them through the telecommunications that they think about. But they'll never understand that because they think about money too much. And they think about trying to cover up stuff and be sneaky and be defiled behind people's back. But if you won't, you'll show them the lightning bolt. And so many times in many occasions, these people don't believe in nothing. Nothing. Until you show them. And then they wonder what time you on? Well, what the hell you talking about? I can hear you. And so when you tell them things like that, they don't think so. You might be telling them that whatever you got going on, you need to stop. You won't get your ass spanked. And so you try to lead people, and then they be playing games, and you be trying to teach them. But everybody's not teachable. They just want to get their ass spanked. And ask the government, you into spanking a lot of ass. And so I want to tell y'all about why your teenagers and stuff is out here running wild. It's not by chance. It's not by like anything. It's because it's prophecy. It's prophecy. And your teenagers are out here running wild because it's prophecy. And these are the times you're either going to have to pray for your children and let your children be, or you're going to have to fight for your child's soul. And no one wants to talk about it. But like I say, I'm going to do my job. If you think you can do my job better than me, then go ahead and do it, because I already know asked before. Because for the things that I done seen already, let me tell you, man, y'all boring. And I can tell you what's going to happen next. Anyway, like I say, people don't believe in anything besides what they know. And the question is that as long as people keep their problems and their thoughts to themselves, they're going to be all right out here. Because there's a lot of things y'all don't know what's going on. And it pertains to your children. It's prophecy. And a lot of y'all are going to be going to your... because you're not looking at what's going on out here. And it pertains to your children. It's prophecy, and your children are going to be the ones that do it. It's prophecy. Because don't nobody want to see it. No one cares about the children. Well, no, it's not that no one don't care about the children. Miss Evie, it's prophecy. No one can stop it. They just got to pray for their children. everybody's not gonna get it. Like, it's prophecy. You just got to pray for your children, and if your child want to be, disobedient and be misbehaving out here in these times, where everyone's saying, "Hey, these are the times. Get right with God." If your child wants to take it upon themselves to take up the coat of a heathen, then that's on your child. Because your child should have common sense that the people are saying that these are the days, these are the times. That means that the parents didn't take time out to teach that child like God said. So that child will grow up and go away. So if your child out here running in the streets and part of all these problems, then you the problem. You can't blame it on nobody. Because everybody telling us what time it is. And you let your kid run out here and act like a heathen, then when the ride and the wrath come, y'all gonna be the same ones out here crying and with your t-shirts and rallies. Well, God giving y'all a chance to get your kids out the streets. It's called communication. Listen, I'm just doing my job. Like I say, I know what's going on. I know what's going on pertaining to who we are and like what's going on out here. I do. I know how everything pertains that works towards what they're talking about with energy. It's just called communication. It can become overwhelming for most people. But if you feel like that you ain't done enough and you ain't ready to go, then of course it's gonna work. But if you believe in God and you don't fear nothing, then it won't work on you. There's always you all that feel like you just got more to do. It's very overwhelming when they put that pressure on you and apply that and hit you with that. It's very overwhelming. It might just send you into a cardiac arrest. It ain't no game, folks. It is what it is. Like, the more that we try to ignore the fact that so much stuff is coming out about like how we operate in this world and who we are, the more that you are going to be the fools. You can keep ignoring it, but it's coming. It's right here in our face. And it's pertaining to your children. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. But I can't tell y'all everything because you all too should know what's going on pertaining to your children. Because what would be your purpose if I told you? You all should know. I'm giving y'all clues. It's pertaining to your children. It means you got to save your children's souls for them. Your kids are not going to save their souls. You have to make sure you fight for your children and fight for their souls. Because there's something going on that's pertaining to your children. And when they hit that zzz, and that pressure become overwhelming for those that feel like they haven't done enough, they're not ready yet, it can become overwhelming. And it can make you feel like you're losing your mind. pertaining to your children. It's all control, folks. It's not even the point about money being controlled no more. It's all about who can control language and who can control energy. Or who can control energy and language. Money's not even a factor in our lives anymore like that. And everybody trying to get somewhere. Maybe get your kids out the street. If not, you just got to pray for your children. I'm telling you, get your kids out the street. Because if you love your children, you'll get them out the street. What's up, Hank? Sad. Alicia, how you doing? How are my boys doing? Well, my oldest son somewhere running around with his mama somewhere. But all the rest of them, they home somewhere. Probably playing a game. So let's get back to the communication. So when they took the communication and they brought it up and they started shooting the wires, that's just what we have. We have miscommunication. We have all this stuff that's mixing with who we are. And who we are, we got to stay original. And if you don't want to stay original, then you become something more than what God intended for you to become. And most of the occasions that a lot of you are losing this right here. And what this is, that's your mapping. And most occasions that you can't remember too much or nothing. And that's the first thing to go. It's what scientists say in Google, that we lose our mapping. And sometimes we got to go and study that type of stuff. So the more that we go in with technology from where it came from, with its high frequencies through our air and stuff like that, we become something more than what God intended for us to become. And then a lot of you all are gonna start seeing like imagery, like where you're gonna start seeing like things while you just standing there, pretending to like you're gonna be daydreaming almost. But it's like you're gonna start converting yourself to what this world is most people call it a stimulation, which is not really that. It's that you programmed your mind to become something more than what God intended for you to become. But it's pertaining to the children anyway, because it's going to be them, the ones that's going to become faster as more technology get rolled out. They will become more faster than we will. So there's no such thing as control. And a lot of y'all might not get what I'm talking about because y'all got your own lives to live and your own things going on. I understand that. But I tell you, get your kids out the street and always know that you don't have to, but you should cut back on your social media uses and being around devices. Just cut back some. One day, most people they'll get out of what they know and try to find some truth. It's the E, the big E. It was the beginning, the E. Also remember, man, y'all worthy, you're eternal, you made in us, who is us, you guys, people, that's who we are, and we're gonna stay that. And I'm gonna keep telling y'all that God loves you, Jesus loves you, so do I. And always remember that it's up to you to get knowledge, and so that you can understand that knowledge is what's gonna propel you to the future, more past money. Um, get y'all kids out the street, man. I'm telling you.